The reign of Mikel Arteta as Arsenal manager is entering into its crucial stages where Arsenal fans are beginning to demand more trophies. But what are reactions and things we learnt from our Carabao Cup tie against West Ham?
Yo, what's up guys, it's your boy again, 7 and it's the Arsenal Roundup. Welcome back to your boys channels. We have top Arsenal stories to share with you today. Don't go anywhere as we get into today's video. Yeah, it's Arsenal o'clock again, and we have top Arsenal stories to share with you today. And of course, you better want to miss. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new, and don't forget to turn on post notification if this is your first time seeing our video. And don't forget to subscribe also to our channel so I don't get to miss top exciting stories we share here on the Arsenal Roundup. Alright guys, let's dive right into today's video. Finally, we recorded our second defeat of the season in all competitions. Our first loss was against Arsenal of France in the Champions League, and yesterday again we had a tough moment at London Stadium, of course, West Ham home, and of course the game ended 3-1. Well, it's not befitting to see this time around because of course it was a sort of lackluster performance by the boys. But of course, what are the positive and what are the things we learned in that particular one? What are the key things we were able to take away in that particular game? Firstly, we'll talk about our goalkeeper Ramsdale. Yeah, Ramsdale didn't have a too poor night for me because of course the first goal wasn't his fault. It was there's this lack of VAR in the Carabao Cup until the semi-finals, and of course it was just the fourth round of the competition, so there was no VAR. If there was a VAR, there's high chance that that particular goal scored, the own goal scored by Ben White, would have been ruled out because Ramsdale was clearly pushed and his shirt was held, dragging him down, and of course, and then the ball ended up in the Arsenal net, of course, after Ben White touched it with his head. So definitely it's not something nice to see, but Ramsdale was able to complain to the referee, who of course was adamant that his decision is final, and of course it's surely final, and that ended up in our first goal conceded. So that the second goal was probably not so much of his fault. He was well positioned but was unable to meet up because Kudus played that ball so confidently and he was able to get away from his man ZINCHENKO, and of course was able to slot it home. Probably Roundup was not expecting it at that angle. Well, he was expecting Zenit to probably close the player down, but unfortunately Mr. Zenit wasn't able to do that, of course, and let's just see how he improves in our subsequent games. Now about the third goal, it was a bit of a deflection from Kiwo, which of course everybody saw that Ramsdale was startled. He wasn't able to have any say in that. It was really, really difficult for a goalkeeper to catch deflected shots whereby you go one direction, then the ball ends up in another direction. It's really, really difficult. And Ramsdale did well to at least have a touch on the ball, which of course is highly commendable. Now, going to our right back, Ben White, it was unfortunate to be in part of the first goal scored with that very unlucky header to his net, and of course his difficult time. But as the game went by, he grew into the game and was able to show his real quality, why everybody has been praising this season and why he's even close to signing a new contract. Arsenal is about to reward him with a new contract. So as well as our centre back for the night, Kiwo, was brilliant all time. He won all his area duels, was able to win his tackles completely, and also he was really top on the night. He didn't make us miss William Saliba too much. He performed on that right central back very, very excellently well. And his partner Gabriel Magalhaes, of course, we know about him already with Saliba. There is his partner in crime. He played really well. He was able to make defensive duties. Holy that the ball went through his leg for that Kudus goal. He was trying to block it, of course, but there's not much he could do when, of course, Zenit wasn't able to trap the player enough, and he had to come on to cover. But it was too late as Kudus was able to score his first goal against Arsenal. Now, moving on to Arsenal ZINCHENKO. Zenit was not at his best. He looked like a player who is probably not so interested in the competition. Safe to say that he's a top player on his day. We know how quality he could be, but of course he's not having his partners like Bate, Xhaka, or even Declan Rice recently. And of course Martinelli also is not there ahead of him, but at the same time that's not enough excuse in terms of his defensive duties because he was rather not at his best. some people are calling it poor, but of course we could say that Zenin was not at his best, but let's just hope he improves. I saw some articles, some people rating him at 1, 2, 3. Well, safe to say, like I said, Zenin performance was not the best that we used to see from Alex, and of course let's just hope he resumes his quality best at our next game against Newcastle. Now moving on, Jorginho started in place of Rice, who was on the bench, of course, against his former club. Jorginho played well, but of course we know that we could improve in terms of that position, but overall Jorginho was not bad. And of course we had Havertz and Vieira as his partners in the midfield. Well, Havertz was trying to influence the game in early hours of the game, or the early minutes of the game. He was trying to grow into the game, trying to make some tackles, which he did very well. Overall, was not really poor. He tried and do a lot of things. Only that he made some couple of chances to try and probably give us something, either an assist or a goal. So, but Vieira was trying to play like a young or a growing Martin Odegaard on that right wing. Sometimes we see him come back to the left wing midfield to try and partner with the Trossard. Overall, Vieira was not having a bad day, but at the same time, of course, there are room for improvement. Now, on the right wing, we started Nelson on the right wing ahead of Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka was, of course, duly rested for our Premier League game against Newcastle, though he came in late in the game and had little to say about the game because it was rather done. So, Vieira played well, was able to play well, and combined well with Reiss Nelson at some point. Reiss Nelson was able to drive him the ball at some point, but it's rather difficult, of course, nowadays for a right winger to penetrate very well from the right wing. Pace is not what we're looking at in football nowadays on the wing, because many managers have developed their style to be able to counter pace and pacey players. So right now he was unable to cut in the way he would have loved to on the left wing, but overall he didn't have a bad game either. Now Leo Trossard was trying to create some things, but of course it's rather very difficult against a team like West Ham, who of course we know them that they are not an attacking team under David Moyes. They try and prevent him from penetrating into the midfield or even coming from the wings into the box. So definitely it was not a good day for Leo Trossard, but of course it was rather able to do little things, but he was mainly restricted. And about the striker, I didn't care. Well, he made a couple of chances. That one particularly, the one that Zenit dropped in for him, that he used his weaker foot, left foot, to play in, but unfortunately he was unable to have little on the goalkeeper, and of course went way high on the post. So definitely he needs to improve on his shooting chances and convert those chances. Those little chances sometimes could decide the outcome of the game, and of course the outcome of Arsenal in the competition, which of course now we have ended up eliminated from the Carabao Cup. As per your own views, what do you see about Arsenal performance in the Carabao Cup? Only one game against, we threw away the game, and of course, do you feel that Arteta should improve, or Arsenal generally should improve? Because even since Arsene Wenger years, Arsenal have not really been taking Carabao Cup very important. So do you feel we should improve in pursuing this competition, or rather you feel Arsenal going out of this competition could be a positive move in disguise to ensure that we perform well in the English Premier League, UEFA Champions League, and other top competitions for Arsenal this season?
Hi guys, it's a wrap for today, and I would love to see you in our next video. And you might want to follow your boy on socials, Instagram NellyJunior7, and you can also subscribe to our channel so that you don't get to miss any latest Arsenal news and top stories that are so exciting here. So please share also to your friends and fellow Arsenal fans so that nobody gets to miss these big top stories we share here on Arsenal Roundup. And don't forget to turn on post notification so that you also don't get to miss our top stories on this channel. Alright guys, I will see you in our next video. Until then, your boy is out.